The trail to UTMB 2025. This all started 10 years ago at the UTMB 2015. I was lining up at that race and I just wanted to finish within the cutoffs. And that was going to be success. But before I tell you that story, I need to tell you this story. And now I need to take you all the way back to a time long, long ago in 2008, before carbon shoes. I was in my mid-20s. I love sports. I played through high school, through uni, and I started to feel a little bit of knee pain. And it started slowly around 23. And by about 25 years old, when I was 25 years old, I couldn't do much. I couldn't run, and now it was even bothering me when I'd walk. If I had to walk for about 20 minutes, my knees were going to swell up the size of small watermelons. Extremely painful, and it would take about a day to recover that. So went and tried to see the top podiatrist, foot doctor in London. And this person was highly recommended, a private doctor too, but they had seen Paula Radcliffe and successfully treated her, obviously. She did quite well. So I thought, no problem, they'll be able to sort me out. So booked an appointment in, went for a couple days of testing. They did really cutting edge stuff. They put a sensor in the insole of your shoe and they got me running on a treadmill and they could see how my foot was landing. And then I came back for the results. And as he's looking at his computer with the graphs and all the fancy equipment and stuff, he turned to me and he said, "You will never run again." What, I won't run in races? He's like, no, just straight up, you're not gonna run again. You just cannot run. And you're gonna need to pick up sports, because I understand you're quite active. You need to pick up some sports that don't involve anything with the knee joint. And so I'm like quickly thinking in my head, like, what's left? And he's like, you could take up swimming, shuffleboard. And I think he was even trying to think of more sports and he couldn't. So I asked him, well, doctor, what's the problem? Like, is it I have really awful gait? My knees are all wonky, like ankle doesn't work, just bad alignment. Can I get surgery to fix this issue? And he looked at it and he looked a little uncertain what to say, but he looked at the graphs and he's like, no, actually, you are very well balanced. Your gait is excellent. And then he dropped the bomb on me. Here it was. He looked at me and he said with conviction, some people just weren't born to run. Which is really ironic because at the time, I'm not sure he knew this, but the book by Chris McDougall, Born to Run, was hitting its stride. 2011, 3 years on, and I believed him. I thought, okay, I had to avoid everything, which took away most of my sports, even ice hockey, which minimal knee impact was causing problems. So I stopped that, really reduced my time playing ice hockey and any other sports. So now I've gone from very active to pretty slovenly. And it didn't turn out well. I became obese when I was, 29 or so, 28. I weighed 99 kilos, which is about 220 pounds. For reference, I now weigh about 77, 78 kilos, which is 170 pounds or so. I was obese and I was frustrated, and I just was thinking to myself, my whole life, I'm not gonna be able to walk like that far. I can't run anything. I can't even do a 1K. So after those 3 years, I was living in the US, and now in the summer of 2011, I moved back to London. I'm like, you know what? I have to give this another shot. There's no way that I just can't run for the rest of my life. So I pick up a book. I knew that I needed something to motivate me. I always have to kind of have a goal to actually do anything. Pick up a book, Extreme Adventures. I'm flipping through it. And in the book, there's races like the Norseman, MDS, there's the Hawaii Ironman and the World Championship, stuff like that. And then I get to one that actually seemed reasonable, UTMB. And I open it and I'm reading about it, and you have to run 100 miles. You go all the way around this whole mountain massif and just do it in about 44 or 45 hours. And I was like, all right, that's the goal. I can do this. I'm going to focus on this and I'm going to get this done. I just need to finish within the cutoffs. That's the goal. Can retire, on to the next thing. 2015, I started off, I couldn't run a kilometer. I couldn't even run 200 meters without stopping, trying to catch my breath. It's 2015. I'm at the start line. This is it. If I can just finish the UTMB. And this is where the story starts. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Ciao, ciao.